Hey everybody! I was so excited to start this mini that I forgot to hit record. As a result, we're jumping in after one base coat and one coat of Maybelline Rose Rapture. Before beginning the ombre, I applied liquid latex around my cuticle and the tip of my finger because sponging on the ombre is going to get very, very messy. For the ombre, I'm going to apply a layer of Maybelline Rose Rapture, Maniology's Thriller, which is my new favorite color, and Maniology Unicorn Horn to a clean side of a makeup sponge and dab it on. Because I already have one layer down of the Rose Rapture as a base coat, which is the lightest color that I'm using for the ombre, I only needed to do one application of the sponging because I already had that base coat underneath, which is nice, a little quicker for the overall manicure, and quite frankly, less work. But I still got the coverage that I wanted. Just doing a little bit of cleanup around the cuticle area. I find it's easier to do that after each application while the nail polish is still wet. Makes it just a little easier for it to come off than when it's already dried on. So it's pretty important when you are doing the sponging, the ombre, you put quite a bit of nail polish on the sponge. If it starts getting too dry, the polish from the sponge, little pieces of the sponge start sticking to your nail, the manicure that you've already done, and it makes it really chunky and kind of uneven. So when that starts happening, you just reapply more polish to the sponge and make it wet, and it goes on a lot smoother, a lot easier. All right, done with the ombre. Now it's time to start the stamping fun. Using Maniology's Straight Up Black for my stamp, and my favorite ice cube stamper, and it's a little off camera, but I'm taking the scraper card and just using that to remove the excess nail polish from the stamper that I don't want to end up on my nail. Trying to get everything on camera. This is a little new to me, so I'm trying. I think my placement was just a little bit off of how I wanted it, but overall I think it turned out okay. And so for the reverse stamping, I don't know if you can see in the left side there, I have an ice cube stamper with the tree and the moon. So I just stamped it and then I colored it in with the yellow generic ColorMates Golden Sunshine. Just some random dollar store nail polish I got somewhere. And so that's the tree with the moon behind it, and I'm just taking my detail brush and swiping it on the nail polish brush to get the paint. I used to drop little dabs of polish onto the mat, which you can see underneath of what I'm doing actually, and just dipping my detail brush in that. But I found that the drops dried too fast when I was trying to paint in my design, color in my design. And it was kind of wasteful, so I just tried doing it this way once, and I really liked the way it came out. I feel like I waste less nail polish. Not like I don't have plenty of nail polish, but you know, a little less messy, a little less wasteful. Just coloring in the little moon there. Not a whole lot of detail work in this stamp, but I think the color really pops and it really stands out. So I'm letting the reverse stamps dry off to the side there, and I'm just stamping the rest of my nails with the plain black images that I wanted to use, little witch hats and witch silhouette and all that fun stuff. And this plate that I'm using here is the UberChic Halloween one. It has a lot of really cool stuff on there. Spiders and pumpkins and witches and all kinds of neat stuff. It's one of my favorite Halloween plates. So before I apply my reverse stamp, I'm going to use the sticky base coat. This one I think works pretty well, fairly inexpensive, and it's quite a large bottle. Actually, I was very surprised when I got it in the mail at how much was in there. I was expecting a normal size bottle of polish, but it's like double or even triple the size. It's huge. Just let that dry for, I don't know, 30-40 seconds to a minute, and when you're ready, it should be just slightly tacky, not really wet, and center your design how you want it. And I find rolling it on gets the best application. Now here is the very end of my manicure. What I'm doing here is just for the sake of the camera and the time, is I'm just applying my quick dry polish to one nail, and then directly after that applying a drop of the quick dry drops, which by the way work really good. And I don't normally do that. Normally what I do when I'm not recording is I start on my pinky, polish all of my nails into the thumb, start on the other hand from the pinky, polish all of my nails into my thumb. Then I go back and I put one drop of the quick dry drops on each nail in the same order. Gives the polish underneath a little bit of time to dry before adding the drops. And so this is the finished end result. It's not exactly how I wanted it to turn out, but I think it came out pretty good overall. Thanks, bye.